eternal glory. So this is the sweet little Virgin Mary revealing this in totally unfiltered terms. You need to keep listening. As the Most High has condescendingly vouchsafed to fill thee with these sentiments, I exhort thee to exert all thy powers and faculties to act accordingly. Remember then, my friend, that what Lucifer and his satellites of darkness perceive by the course of natural events, that anyone falls a prey to a dangerous and mortal disease, they immediately prepare to assail the poor and unbewilling soul with all their malice and astuteness, in order to vanquish them, if possible, by various temptations. Whenever they see an opening for attacking the souls, they try to supply in fury and malice the shortness of time. At such times they gather like bloodthirsty wolves and search out the natural and acquired failings in his nature, taking into account his inclinations, habits, and customs, and where his passions cause him greater weakness. And in order to direct toward this part the strongest battery and engines of war. Those that have a disorderly love of earthly life, they persuade that there is not such a great danger, and they prevent others from undeceiving them. Those that have been negligent in the reception of the sacraments, they try to make still more careless, and they place obstacles and difficulties in the way that they may die without them, or in order that they may receive them without fruit and with a bad disposition. Others they fill with false suggestions and shame, in order that they may not confess their sins and open their conscience. Others they confuse and try to prevent them from making proper restitution, and thus unburdening their consciences. Others who love vanity, they entangle even at that last hour in many vain and proud desires with regard to what is to be done for them after death. Those that have been avaricious or sensual, they seek to excite violently toward what they love so blindly during their life. In short, all of the bad habits and customs this cruel enemy avails himself in order to fill their minds with images of creatures and draw them away from their salvation or make them incapable of it. All the sinful actions and vicious habits of their previous life have become, as it were, pledges in the hands of the common enemy for the possession of the sinner and weapons for assault and battery in this tremendous hour of death. Every appetite which has been inordinately indulged is an avenue or bypath by which he enters into the citadel of the soul. Once in, he breathes forth his pestilential fumes and raises the clouds of darkness, his proper work, so that the soul may not give heed to the divine inspirations, have no true sorrow for its sins, and do no penance for its wicked life. Generally, these enemies cause a great damage to the soul in that hour by exciting the vain hope of a longer life and being able to execute later what God suggests to them by means of the holy angels. Giving way to this deceit, they find themselves afterwards betrayed and lost. Just as great is the danger of those who have shown little esteem for the saving graces of the sacraments, for this contempt is very offensive to the Lord and the saints. And divine justice is wont to punish it by leaving these souls to their own wicked counsels. This leads them to the great neglect and profiting by this help. Thus they are themselves forsaken by the Lord in the last hour in which they expected to provide for their salvation. There are few among the just whom this ancient serpent does not furiously attack in their last agony. And if Satan boasts of having ruined even saints at such times, what hope have the wicked, the neglectful, the negligent and sinful, who have spent their whole lives in making themselves unworthy of divine favor and grace, and who are devoid of meritorious works to offset the assaults of their enemies? My holy spouse, Saint Joseph, was one of those who enjoy the privilege of neither seeing nor feeling the presence of the demon in his last hour, for as soon as they approached to deal with him, as they do with the rest of men, they felt a powerful force which kept them at a distance, and the holy angels hurled them back into their abyss. Seeing themselves thus oppressed and crushed, they were seized with great uneasiness and confusion, almost stupefied. Lucifer called a meeting of his followers in hell in order to consult about this surprising event and in order to have them once more search the earth for the Messias. And then happened what I shall relate later on in its place. Hence, that will understand the great danger in the hour of death, when both the good works and the bad will begin to show their effects. Now, because this is so important, I wanted to give you a 15-point summary of the different attacks that the demon does. Listen to this. So first, the hour of death is the most attacked hour of our life. Number one. Number two, it begins with the mortal disease that will lead to our death. Number three, spiritual attacks dramatically increase. Number four, our weakest passions are the ones that are assailed and attacked. Number five, the demons will try to convince us that there isn't a danger currently. Number six, the demons will try to make us become more careless in receiving the sacraments. Number seven, they will place obstacles so that we die without the sacraments. Number eight, they will bring upon us false shame so that we don't confess our sins. Number nine, they will confuse us and block any restitution that we need to make. And then we're going to have to pay that off in purgatory. Number 10, our vanity is increased by the demons, especially if we suffered from that or live that way in our life. Number 11, if we were sensual people, our sensuality is attacked violently so that we cling to the earth and not to heaven. Number 12, any past sins are fuel for fodder that the demons use to, as the word is used as like pledges, so they can attack us more violently. Number 13, divine inspirations are blocked. So all the divine inspirations about what we should be doing, these are blocked. Number 14, the goal is for us to have no true sorrow and for no penance to be done, for us to just die and think that this isn't important. And number 15, very few avoid this trial, St. Joseph being one of the few. Hence, we should pray to him for the grace of a happy death. Okay, now we continue with the video. The rest I will only reveal in the following video. You need to find that and print that and study that blueprint and share this video, because people's souls depend on it. We are greatly deceived in the modern world. We have no idea of this. Few talk about it in and outside the church at all. We naively walk into death thinking all is hunky-dory, having these absurdly lame views of the spiritual battle. Even people that are well-informed do not know this level of detail. This is a blueprint that Our Lady is given you. Print it, memorize it, be ready for it. And at the very least, now you understand the whole idea by praying for St. Joseph for the grace of a happy death. She reveals it.